Today, it's Sunday. We have a new tradition here on Sundays, restorative, nice, chill, relaxed, juicy flow. So I improved the living room set for you guys with nice blankets and pillows. So I'm really lucky. Both of my grandmothers are still alive and they're amazing. And they've been making everybody in our family quilts from literally before we were born. So, you know, if you do anything sort of good in life, you get a quilt from my grandmother. So if you graduate, you know, preschool, if you make it through high school, if you happen to go to college, if you get married, if you have a baby, if you show up for Christmas, these kinds of things. So, you know, all of us cousins and aunts and uncles, we have loads of these from my grandmothers on both sides. So I'm very, very lucky. So brought those out to have the extra feel-good vibes for you guys. So if that helps to have some extra feel-good things around your practice that help you feel better, I know it's been useful for me. So I also have my brother's ET pillow that he made in 4-H when we were kids, and I stole it from my parents' basement. So, and the rainbow blanket because of all of the Italian kids making the rainbows, saying it's going to be okay. And my grandmother made that for me when I was a baby. So very cool. So hello from Toronto, Beetle. Hello, Amanda. Hey, everybody. All right, you guys ready to get going? So again, feel free to share this practice with friends and family. Anybody that's looking to feel better, really. This isn't about yoga to be advanced at yoga. I have no interest in that. You will get good at yoga by simply taking care of yourself and feeling better, but you will be getting good at everything. You'll be getting good at you. So we are the Feel Good Gang, resident yogis, all right, from Switzerland. So thanks so much. Hopefully this will save after, and I'll also upload it to the IGTV to live here. Hopefully that's useful for some of you guys that are unable to make this certain time. So hopefully that technology keeps working and I don't mess it up. So, all right, let's do this. So find a place to be easy here on your ground. You don't even need a yoga mat. You can be right on the floor, but a mat's fine too. Whatever's hanging around is great. So thanks again so much for being here. This really helps me feel better. And the sun is coming out today here in Brooklyn, so we have to stay hopeful and stay connected. And take your time, simply settling in. Give yourself a gentle sway in the breeze. Rolling around a little side to side. Easy forward and back. Real minimal effort here. And if you notice a place that could use some extra feel-good vibes, feel free to stay there for a little while. Breathe nice and big. And when your attention is pulled toward another place, let yourself head on over without much thought, without much analysis. Just follow those impulses. You might find a place in your back or your shoulders or a more emotional place that could use some attention. Just go with those impulses. Breathe nice and big and full, really connecting not just your mental, emotional state, but your body, everything all together as one whole you, nothing disconnected. So this is a yoga practice here that involves not just moving your arms and legs around your body, getting them in the right places, but simply noticing how you feel every step of the way and moving in harmony with yourself, improving how you connect to yourself as you go through your yoga and everything else. And eventually letting yourself settle toward a more still place. Softening up enough here so you can be moved by your breath. Big inhale. Long exhale. Twice more, big inhale. Long exhale. Once more, big inhale. Long exhale. Reach your arms all the way up. Bring your palms together. Plug in toward your center. Take a big inhale. Long exhale. Twice more, big inhale. Long exhale. Once more, big inhale. Long exhale. Relax everything here. Lean over toward your left a bit, let your right leg stretch out. And just fall on down here inside of this leg. Let your arm rest on the ground. Keep a little softness in your knees so you're not forcing any stretch. Open up here. And let yourself roll around here, however is best. Maybe you grab a hold of those toes, using that grip to roll around a bit, or arm can be up or down. Just simply exploring around this shape, exploring around this form. And coming all the way up here and winding with a twist, big inhale to stretch tall. And easy twist around. All the way around here to face this nice extended leg, little softness in your knee, and crawl up and over this leg. A roll of your body a bit here. Might find a really good spot in your back or your neck that's just calling, begging for some attention right now. It's nice to get in the habit of really listening to what you need coming from the inside, not just all of the stuff coming from the outside, asking for your attention. This is important too. Maybe even very important. We can figure that out together. Roll yourself back up and just trading sides here. Lean away from this left leg. Stretch it on out, little bend in that knee. Fall on down inside of this leg. Easy here, opening up. Give yourself the time here to explore. The fuller and deeper you breathe, the more room opens up here. So real big, deep inhales. Real long exhales. If a visual helps, big inhale, like opening a door. Long exhale, walking through. The fuller and deeper you breathe, the more doors open up, the more spaces open up for you, the more rooms you could walk into. Door opening and walking through. Coming all the way up here and winding with a twist, big inhale to lift. Easy around. Come all the way back around here, a little softness in your knee, and crawl up and over this leg. Little roll side to side. Even relax this foot here. No unnecessary tension. If you have unnecessary tension, I think a nice, useful way to think about it is it's energy that you don't need to be using. So it's not energy using in a productive way. It's energy kind of just wasting or going down the drain. So it's sort of like, whether you think of wasting water as something that drives you crazy, or wasting money is something that drives you crazy, or wasting food waste, whatever it is. So same kind of thing. So don't waste your energy, just relax it. Be a conservationist. It's a good one. All right, come back up. I know for real, conservation of energy is a nice principle of movement here that helps you do more. Crawl back and open. Not just save and save and save and become a hoarder of your energy, but it allows you to do more, accomplish more, feel more. So we want to use our energy in the best way we can. So finding all those places, releasing tension as you move through, not building up anything new. Big inhale. Long exhale. And crawling onto all fours here on your hands and knees. Or take your time as you slide around. No rush. Easy here. Rolling around a bit. A little shift your hips side to side, or rolling around a bit in your spine here. Kind of like a freestyle cat-cow. So nothing tense or rigid. I love this idea that you don't see cats doing just this pose and just this pose. They're always following how they feel and responding accordingly here. They don't feel bad about it. They know that it's necessary to be a cat. All right, so to shift your hips a little side to side. Shift all the way over toward your left side. So much of this right leg can free up and slide forward a bit here. Scoot your back knee back a bit. And shift your hips a bit side to side till you find your hands just supporting you on the ground. Breathing big. Lean to your left, big, and I'll pull your right side up for a twist. Back toward your middle here. Lean right, roll. One more time each side here, back toward your middle. Lean left, twist open. Back toward your middle, lean right, open up. Back toward your middle here, settling in for a bit. Tucking your back toes, keep this back knee on the ground. Shift up and back toward your runner stretch. Little left and right as you go. Drop over this leg, and you can relax that foot if you feel it tensing up on you, going down the drain. Crawl yourself back up here and scoot your front foot out toward your side a little bit there to make some room for your hips, keeping that back knee down toward the ground. And let yourself explore around here. So maybe upright is just that perfect spot for you this morning, or this afternoon or evening, where you're from. You like to crawl down a little lower. That may feel like a good spot, or a gentle twist. You can even kind of dig your elbow into your thigh a bit, but just go easy on yourself. Don't push or force anything here. That's when bad things happen. Don't do it. Don't go to war with yourself. You'll always lose. Mike came up with that one. I didn't. Everything's been done before, but not by you, which I think is so cool about our individualness. So coming all the way up here, crawl all the way over toward your open side. So much of this top leg can slide back around here into all fours. Again, rolling around a bit. We'll do that other side. Crawl toward your right side so much there's no weight on this left foot. It can slide up. Scoot your back knee back. Shift a bit side to side. So it's a nice way to move there. Think about unweighting what you're not working to then move it, instead of just shoving. You know, if you do a lot of yoga, you probably have the experience of shoving your foot forward or shoving your foot back, kind of just forcing yourself into the place to make it happen. And, you know, we don't want that for our lives, so why would we do that in our yoga practice? Come on, guys, we can do better. So I love this idea of simply always finding the best way to move in harmony. It's not a new idea. It all comes from the East ancient Asian wisdoms and all of the ancient wisdoms of our grandmothers and grandfathers, and everybody figuring out how to live simply, everybody figuring out how to live in harmony with nature, live in harmony with ourselves. But we forget and we do the opposite. All right, lean right, big, and I'll pull your left side up. Back toward your middle here. Lean and roll open. One more time each side, back toward your middle. Lean and twist open. Back toward your middle. Lean and roll open. Back toward your middle here, settling in. Tuck your back toes, keep that back knee on the ground. Shift up and back toward your runner stretch. Little right lean, little left lean as you go. That also, when you move in harmony, it stops bad things from happening. All the bad things that we can stop anyway, like preventing yourself from blowing your knee out or pushing into your hamstring too much, or all of these kind of little injuries that we self-impose. If you move in harmony, then it becomes impossible to do harm onto yourself, and hopefully becomes more impossible to do harm onto others. Crawl back out here, scoot your front foot out toward your side a bit, and keeping that back knee down toward the ground. Take your time to see what's happening here. Maybe where you are is just that right spot, or coming down a little bit lower, or a little higher. Try not to think of any place around this form better than the other. So this kind of thing isn't more advanced than this kind of thing. The most best thing is the one that feels perfect for you right now. And that's when all the good stuff is possible anyway. So don't worry about any endpoints or any fancy shapes. The fancy is already inside of you. All right, crawl all the way over toward your open side. So much of this top leg can slide back around here into all fours. Letting your hips move your hands, crawling around a bit here. Tuck your toes, lift up and back here toward your down dog. A little bend in your knees. Shift your hips a bit side to side to find a good spot here. Crawling out toward your plank pose, nice long wave. Drop your knees down toward the ground, sink your hips. Roll around again, little side to side. Maybe high is the best place for you. If this is not so great on your back or just feels better to you to crawl down a little lower, go for that. Draw your shoulders down your back, open up a bit. Keeping your knees on the ground, shift your hips back, tuck your toes, lift up and back there. Nice down dog, settling in. And again, crawl back out toward your plank pose, nice long wave. We'll go to your right side, lift up, roll right. Big, easy stretch, any version that feels stable. Maybe your feet are unstacked, you can lower a shin. That's nice. If you want to open up a bit more, bringing the top toes back behind you for a big stretch. And coming back toward your middle, other side, lift up, roll left, big easy stretch. Again, feet can just kind of stay where they are. That's a nice one. Or lower shin, or the rock star version if you're really in the mood. Listening to what version is best for you. And all the way back toward your middle here. Drop your knees down, sink your hips, roll around. Easy. Keeping your knees on the ground, shift up and back. Come to sit up here for a moment, maybe sitting on your heels or another way that's restful for you. Close your eyes. And simply notice how you feel. Let yourself be soft enough so your breath can move you. Inhales, filling you up. Expanding. Exhales. Releasing, relaxing. Couple more together. Big inhale. Long exhale. Big inhale. Long exhale. Big inhale. Long exhale. Get into your shoulders a bit here. Big inhale. Reach everything high. Drop your left arm down and around your back here. If your hands happen to hook together, just hooking them up. If it doesn't happen, don't worry about it. I'll kind of show you from the back. Just give yourself some space. So this is just as good as something like that, especially if this feels like you don't have any space anymore. It's really important to make sure you feel like you have space. Room to breathe. Yourself Maybe explore the roundness of this. I love to think about and watch stuff about space. I'm probably not alone. We're not alone. But if you like that kind of image, think about being on a planet or sitting on a star and simply letting yourself orbit around, explore around. Notice what you find, what you connect with, what you learn, what you discover. And release out of that one. Big inhale to stretch. And other side, right arm drops around, left arm coming up. Again, this might feel a little bit different on this side. Of course it does, that's normal. So don't try to match the sides of your body just because it had one variation on one side. This is unique, this is you right now. That other side is in the past, light years away. I need to rein in the space joke, sorry guys. Letting yourself be soft enough here so your breath can move you. Big inhale, long exhale, like you're just simply floating in water. Big inhale. Long exhale, we're riding a wave in the ocean. Big inhale curls you back. Long exhale rushes you in. So many things you can visualize there. Big inhale, stretch. And relax your arms right back down. Crawl yourself back up onto all fours and slide around. Hopefully you have some good experience here and moving in harmony with yourself, experience of feeling yourself more, you get quieter, so you can connect to yourself more. There's not the noise of the tension or the bad habits or the rigidity. You can get quiet and simply notice what you're feeling, notice what comes up, notice what your intuition says. All that magic's inside. Tuck your toes and lift up and back there. Nice down dog and little bend in your knees. Shift your hips a bit side to side. Yourself find a nice stable place. And crawl up toward the top of your space there, but use this as a functional, useful stretch. Shift your hips a bit side to side. Slide a foot and a hand. So this can be good for you, not just a way to rush to the next place. Shift your hips back to let your hands slide back here and drop over your legs. Any forward bend that's nice, maybe just hanging over. Might feel nice to just cross your arms with the weight of that. Just drag you into that good spot like a nice anchor. Maybe a little roll side to side. If your wrists are bothering you from lots of computer, Instagram time, it might be nice to step on your hands so the tops of your hands are on the ground, toes up to the insides of your wrists, and just breathe. You're ready to release out of that one. Awesome. Round everything up towards standing. Take a big inhale, stretch up. Staying standing. Relax your arms right down here for a moment. Just breathe. Eyes can be open or closed. Let yourself simply stand here, nice and steady and balanced. Maybe a little shift side to side or easy forward and back. Let yourself find that neutral, balanced place. Really no effort at all to simply be where you are. Pretty awesome. Big inhale to stretch. Easy up and over your legs there. Crawl your hands out a little ways in front of your feet. So there's no weight on your knees as you come on down to squat here. And anyhow, this is good for you if you want to drop your head and neck through your middle. That may feel useful, or Open up a bit one side and a bit toward your other side. Just take your time. Rolling around. Ease yourself on down toward your hips here. Bring the bottoms of your feet together in front of you. Roll around a little. Crawl yourself back. Open up. Maybe stay right there. If it's even nicer to slide on forward around one way or toward another way, go for that. No rush. Just breathe. Really just let yourself explore. If you never relax your head and neck, maybe it's time to give yourself permission to try that out. See what happens. Roll yourself back up there. Lean in toward your right hip so much you can slide this left leg all the way around behind you and sit on this hip. Really try not to bring yourself up into any fancy balance there. Let this be useful. Roll around a bit here. Crawl back open and easy up and over. Take your time to really, for right now, find the spot. Find that feel-good place, or that place that's just calling your attention. You don't have to analyze it. It could be a mental reason or a physical reason. You know. Just find it. And breathe for a few long, deep breaths. Awesome. Feel free to hang there a little longer if you like. If you're ready to crawl up a little bit more, maybe a twist around one way or roll open toward your other side. Might be nice to lean forward a little bit. Maybe soften that back knee, catch a hold. Again, don't worry about going after any fancy yoga poses that we see on the Instagram. Just roll around, explore. The cool thing is when you're exploring and letting yourself feel good, if you're concerned at all about looking good, which of course we all are in some way, that's what, not in an even superficial way, but when you feel good, that's what looks good. That's what calls all the good things into you. That's what is, just from a basic idea, attractive to other people, feeling so good about yourself. So we're practicing that, not so we can look good, but so we can be good in the world and do all that good stuff. But it's also a nice way to frame up feeling good and being healthy. You know, we are in our bodies. You know, a lot of yoga is rejecting the body, which is just not useful. So if you like to place your foot on top of the other one or have it slide in front, that's great too. Crawl back and open. And easy up and over, maybe around one side or around the other side. So yeah, we get kind of stuck in this, I'm not my body, I'm my spirit, I'm something bigger, I'm something greater. Well, yeah, duh, of course. But when we practice disconnecting or hating ourselves or treating our body as something to be managed instead of something to move in harmony with, well, that's where all kinds of not so great things happen, like sickness and tension and friction and just not great stuff when we're trying to exercise ourselves and, you know, lose weight or whatever it is, instead of just moving in harmony with ourselves and listening to ourselves, listening to our body, what we need from our relationships, what we need from ourselves, when we need to slow down, when we need to speed up, what we need to eat, all of those things. So, of course, we can't be intuitive if that channel really isn't open. So we're practicing here really through moving in harmony, all of this East Asian stuff is really a practice of getting really sensitive to what you need. Not in a selfish way, but in a very holistic way. What you need to feel whole. Then you can, from there, of course, go out and be great in the world. So I love that. I also love that it's nothing new, you know? East Asian wisdom, same wisdom as our grandmothers. Okay, lean to your left side, slide your right leg all the way around. Oh, take your time to roll around, find that best spot. Crawl back and open. Easy, all the way up and over. So when we really get simple and harmonious with ourselves, then, you know, we tune into all of this ancient wisdom. It's not that it needs to stay ancient, it just is inside of us. So I think that's so cool. I think we all have a grandmother or a relative that is a good example of living simply, and they're also very happy. So I think that that's really cool. Maybe they're even very healthy, or they were healthy for a long time, or lived well for a really long time. So it's pretty cool when you can see examples of harmonious living and happiness, and really check into what those hacks are in a way. You know, we're all trying to hack our lives, but moving in harmony maybe is just the best or a useful hack. Maybe it's not a hack. It's just good. All right, if you're happy there, feel free to stay there. Oh, if you're ready to crawl on up, go for that. Crawling around one way or around the other way. Maybe leaning forward a bit. Again, see what happens when you start to move from your middle. The rest of your body just starts to ripple on out. It's not that you're moving your head side to side, but your head could move because the middle of you is moving. And just so good. Good job, guys. Okay, lean into your bottom hip, let your back leg slide around. Maybe it just lands right in front of you. If that's the best way, it might feel good to place it on top of the other one. Again, don't do anything that is painful. Hopefully that's self-explanatory, but just gentle reminders. We all push through so often. And easy, up and over, maybe around one way or toward another way. Give yourself a chance to slow down enough so your breath can move you. Big inhale, like opening that door. Easy exhale, walking through. Big inhale, opening the door. Easy, walking through. Maybe it's even an automatic door. Big inhale, the door opens for you. Easy exhale, gliding through. Maybe you're on rollerblades. Big inhale, the door opens. Easy exhale, sliding through. It's very cool. I wonder how many of us saw ourselves opening the door with a lot of force, and how maybe we can change that image to the door magically opens because we're ready for it to open. We can slide through with effortless awesomeness and enjoy that feel-good idea. All right, enough of that. Lean back a little bit, so much that your legs are freed up. Slide your legs forward. And for this one, if you want to grab a pillow or a blanket, or works without anything too, and kind of scooch it into you, that's a nice one. But without this, it's totally fine too. So don't worry, don't panic. Crawl your hands back open and easy up and over your legs. And you have a pillow there, just rest on it. If it's no pillow, it's totally cool too. You can just bend your knees and relax over. That way is a nice way too. Or just find the kind of in-between place where you feel a good stretch, but also a nice opening here. And for this one, if you'd like to add a little shiatsu, you don't have to know anything about anything here, really. You know everything about yourself when you slow down and tune in. Just press your thumbs into the tops of your feet anywhere. And take your time before you change the position. If you try a place and nothing really happens, give yourself a few breaths. And if still nothing happens, find a new place, kind of scoot your thumb around just like you'd be squishing into Play-Doh or slime. You know, there's no rule book about how to do that, but you can find that best spot by exploring. And the cool thing that happens here is you'll probably land on a meridian that's going to be useful for you to give some attention to, just by being intuitive about it, just by slowing down enough. Pretty cool. Breathing big. I convinced my shiatsu friend who does all of our Strala, he's on faculty for all of our, I can't really formulate thoughts when I do this myself, sorry. Anyway, he's going to do a workshop with us on this week coming up on DIY shiatsu. So he's a very amazing expert in this, and I love kind of renaming it in the shiatsu for dummies way. So we'll chat a little bit afterwards about certain points here if you felt anything specific with points. I like to rename them all from their very sophisticated Chinese, Japanese names of, you know, sun, wind, moon, air, to the mute button or the anger button or the reset button is a nice one. What they actually feel like. All right, so feel free to hang there as long as you like. When you're ready to round on down toward your back, oh, go for that. Grab a hold of the tops of your knees, let your legs fall away from you. You might feel a nice pop in your back. Don't try to make any pops, just some things may happen. And any final movements that feel good to unravel here, maybe a gentle twist side to side, or planting your feet on the ground, lifting up for a gentle bridge. If you're in the mood to easy round yourself up and over toward a plow, going for that. But if you're going for a plow, try to make it a nice kind of exploratory plow. So crawling over to one side, you can use your hands on the tops of your thighs to kind of guide yourself along. And you probably did this as a kid. I think there's so many pictures of me and my brother just hanging out in our living room doing stuff like that. You know, all of this stuff is just simply inside. We're just putting it all together with a focused attention to practice. And when you ever are ready to relax here, stretching out a bit. Take a big inhale. Long exhale. Everything rest for a bit. Feel free to stay resting here as long as you like. You're ready to round yourself back up towards sitting. Go for that. Take your time. Rolling around a bit here until you find a nice, easy, neutral place. Simply notice how you feel. Big inhale, reach your arms up. Palms together. Plug in toward your center. Big inhale. Long exhale. Twice more, big inhale. Long exhale. More, big inhale. Long exhale. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Welcome back. Stay easy. Don't jump up right away. Stay weird. Stay in your feel-good mode as long as it lasts, and enjoy. I hope you guys feel a little bit better. Help me feel better. Thanks so much. We'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow morning and every day, 8 a.m. Eastern time for more yoga. Hopefully you're feeling all right and feel connected. Take care of yourself. And just kind of the flow of the classes in the week. We'll start on Monday with a more energizing, strong practice. Again, not an isolated workout or anything, but more connected to ourselves and big energy. And then through the week, we'll wind it down into our Sunday kind of slow, stretchy, restorative session, because we all need that. So hopefully you feel all right. You can check the link in my bio. We have loads of free practices and resources over on our site, stralayoga.com. And we've extended our annual spring sale of all of our full-length at-home retreats and our at-home intensive, the art of sequencing, our workshops and classes, so you can enjoy that and share with friends. And again, thank you just so much for being here. It's really been helpful to me, so I don't want to get too mushy with you guys, because there's people dealing with much more severe things than just needing structure to their day. So this has been really, really nice. Recipe for the cookies. Oh, I'll post them in the story. It's from Food 52. So oh gosh, yeah, I've been really taking advantage of all the Instagram lives from everybody, giving talks and inspirational poetry and recipes and all kinds of cool stuff. So really using this time to reassess and reflect and slow down and reconnect and enjoy what we have and realize what we don't need. So for me, I don't know if this is a similar experience for you. I'm assuming it is, but this moment in time has felt like a strainer. I'm doing a lot of cooking now. I'm like basically running a diner in my house. Anybody else? But this time has really felt like a strainer. So everything in the life goes into the strainer, shake it out, the water comes out, everything that you don't need comes out. So this has really been, at least for me, a feeling of a big reveal or a rebirth or a sort of revitalize, a reset. I don't know how else to say it, but a nice moment in a way amidst all of this tragedy and sadness and just stuff going on out there with everybody. I feel like so much gratitude to be in the stay-at-home camp. I feel like there's, at least the way I'm organizing it in my mind, there's the how long will we hide in our houses? Yeah, who knows? Who knows? My goodness. We're actually taking a daily walk, avoiding people. The rule now in New York is to cover your faces. So Mike, fortunately, is a mountain climber, so he has these very kind of tight-fitted, I call them baklavas. They're the balaclavas. I just call them baklavas because that sounds yummier. So we've been going out with that, and it's actually been kind of even one more level of strange. We usually, smile at people from a distance and kind of say hi, even if you don't know them. But, it's kind of more of a challenge to connect with people when you just see this. So, yeah, interesting times. But, yeah, hopefully you're doing all right, feeling all right. And if you're in the stay-at-home camp, we just stay at home. We listen to the smart people. We do what we can. If you're out there saving lives, being a hero, my goodness, please, support our heroes as much as we can, even if it's just thinking about them, meditating about them, and sending well wishes and being gratitude for our health and our safety. And of course, everybody that's out there, not doing so well, sick, people have family members passing away. Of course, can't even imagine that until it happens to us and close to home. So if you have anybody out there that's sick, if you haven't prayed before, maybe it's a good time to start praying or meditating or doing our practices, sending out well wishes. So from my perspective, the best thing that I can do is take care of myself so I can serve better, so I can have a clear head, clear vision. So hopefully you guys are doing all right. Hello, hey Erin from Italy. Erin's amazing. She started an amazing retreat business that's service-based called Eat, Pray, Move, and I just know her from back in the day from Australia, New York, so very, very cool. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Please, if you want to message me, you can always DM me. Daisy and Mike, my 3-year-old and husband, are back in our bedroom right now having the breakfast in bed that I made them. So they will rush out after this as soon as I say, Mama's done with yoga with all the people, then they come out and we play. Basically, that's the flow of our day. So thanks for giving me this time with you all. So I'll have a bit of time to respond. And then she takes a nice nap from basically 2 to 4. So we do other workshops several days a week here from 2 to 4. So I'll post a schedule today for the week, and it's basically Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and cool stuff in between. So it just keeps us occupied and connected. So thanks so much for being here, and love you guys. Yeah, lots of love to them too. They're amazing, and see you guys really soon. Have a great day. Take care.